Our topic today, OPP are investigating a brawl that happened Saturday night at a minor bantam hockey game in Tweed, Ontario. Here's the video. Posted on YouTube, shows adults taunting each other until a massive fight erupts, and it is a massive fight. Getting all kinds of feedback this morning. Here's what some of our viewers are saying. Colleen says, I personally think some parents go overboard with minor hockey. I believe parents who carry on in the stands and fight should be fined or banned from the arena. Dan Gauthier says, horrible. Parents are the reason I got out of coaching. They should be banned from being allowed to go back and watch their kids play after this kind of behavior. Some interesting thoughts on this since it first came to light over the weekend. That incident happened on Saturday. Joining us this morning, stuntman Stu is here from Magic 100. Cody Jeffries is here. How are you, Cody?
All right, yeah.
Good. And Steve Lloyd here from the Team 1200. So, obviously, you'd seen this before.
Yeah.
You've seen it before.
Yes, I have.
You've seen it before.
Taking part in it. Just kidding. Just kidding.
What were your, and I'll start with you, Steve, because I don't want to start with him.
Yeah, we want to keep it on the rails.
That's
Is that what
right.
you mean?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Your initial reaction when you saw it?
Well, disgust, like everybody else, but I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that whenever you get your children involved in anything, emotions can run high. So, like, I'm not defending it, but I understand why tempers flare. But to get to that level is absolutely ridiculous. There's no defending it whatsoever. This isn't new. What's new is everybody's got a cell phone and a smartphone,
and we see it.
and we can put it on.
Yeah.
I coached minor hockey 20 years ago. I broke up a fight in the lobby between parents when I was 18 years old, coaching a team. It didn't get to that level, but this is not new. We just see more of it, unfortunately, because of the technology.
What do you think, Cody, should happen to the people involved in the brawl? Whoever they are, be they parents, and some of them are, but it appeared some younger gentlemen were involved in this altercation. What do you think should happen?
Well, I don't think the kids should be at fault because it's not their fault the
No.
parents are doing this, but I think they should get fined. I think that they should pay for a future road trip for the kids or put some money towards it or something, but
Yeah.
I really don't think the kids should be involved.
Stu, you've got kids involved in sport and in activities like minor hockey, and it's got to be disturbing, seriously.
I think, like Cody, a $10,000 fine, which sounds harsh, and a night in jail.
Whom?
To the parents that are involved in this stupidity. Because
Right.
I think if you know that that's coming, you may think twice before you drop the gloves. And Steve has a good point that, when your kids are involved, there's emotion. But maybe if you have that in the back of your head, it's kind of like, stunt racing on the Queensway. If you know you stunt race, they take your keys and it's a $10,000 fine.
Jail,
yeah. So if you have that in the back of your head, I think because parents can get away with this.
Because virtually there are no consequences. OPP are investigating now. But really, when you get down to it, there don't seem to be any consequences from this sort of thing.
Usually not, unless something really bad happens. It was in 2000, I think, in Massachusetts, where this guy he was pushing 3 bills. He was 6'5", I think, and he killed another father.
He killed
in
another.
a fight, and that guy was like 160 pounds.
Yeah.
They got into a fight outside, and he got 20 years.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, when it gets to that kind of level, that's when you see it. But
This was in Tweed, and matter of fact, after this brawl, police showed up just after it happened. But there you can see a guy just wailing on another guy like it's
What are you
nobody's
doing?
business. So Ontario Provincial Police, the OPP, are now investigating. It was between the Tweed Hawks and the Six Nations Hawks. They had played before. It was Bantam C championship game. Matter of fact, the same two teams met the next day at the Six Nations Arena without incident. But there was a big police presence there, as you would expect.
Yeah.
But really, this is Bantam hockey, so they're what, 13, 14, 15?
what are the kids doing on the ice?
Setting a bad
Did the
example
camera
for the
pan to the
kids.
ice at all in any of those videos?
No.
What are
No.
the kids when they're looking up in the stands
Yay,
in
Dad.
disbelief?
I think one of the other problems is, and Steve, you can attest to this as well, is that a lot of these parents have so much invested in their kids, and there's a lot of money at stake because they want little Timmy to go out and play in the NHL. Even though the numbers are against them, they get into competitive hockey. I'm not saying this only happens in competitive hockey, but the stakes are so high.
This is Bantam C.
Bantam C.
Well,
wow.
Well, but just to follow up on that, it's not just my son or daughter, it wants to go to the highest level. It becomes a big part of the fabric of the social lives of the parents involved with hockey. Like we
Absolutely.
we have this discussion all the time on the show, and that it's changed so much over the years. You have your registration fee. and this gets into a monetary discussion with hockey where it's going as well. But on top of that, your time off work, how many tournaments are you going to, even for, you know, lower level hockey, like not ultra competitive, and all the time invested, it becomes as important, or in many cases more important than what people do for a living, is keeping up with their kids' minor sports, and in this case, minor hockey.
Yeah,
and that you get that emotional investment as well. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying.
No.
You know, this is the way it goes sometimes.
This is an extreme example, but I've seen it and I've actually experienced it myself growing up playing minor hockey, where there's parents in you know, championship games and playoffs, and so, parents of other teams taunting players of other teams and making obscene gestures and yelling at them and doing things that you're looking at them going, wow, like
that goes on all the time.
all the time. And you know, one of our guys said this morning, this is why I'm not going to put my son in hockey.
Yeah, but why deprive your kid because of the actions of a bunch of idiots?
Well, that's what he's afraid of, is something like this, right?
It's an extreme case. We see it more now because of the camera phones, but I mean, I'm not afraid to put my kids in sports because a couple of yahoos in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'll just stay away from them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, what happens all the time is the comments from the
could take
stands. That doesn't happen all the time.
No,
But
that's an
but
extreme case.
what you're talking about, like the chirping from the stands when you're chirping.
All the time.
And chirping like sometimes 13-year-old referees as well. Like
I was a 45-year-old referee, and one of the reasons I gave it up was because of that, the reaction of people to
some
what
30
we
years
do.
ago. Fight, 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 fight.
There'd be no scrapping here.
Wait, I want to film it. I want to put it on YouTube.
And professionals.
Yes, yes we are.
Thank you, panel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stu. Good to see me.